On the future, what's the motivation and drive? What you hope to see?
For me, it's really, I suppose, trying to return to the origins of, sort of why I got into this space in the first place and what Parity is really here to do. I think with Polkadot, we, with the white paper for Polkadot, we put forward a product that we wanted to build and deliver, and a token behind that product that we pre-sold. And a lot of the last 5-6 years has been in squaring off that promise, essentially, like building that white paper, building that product, making it a reality. And the thing is, this was just a necessary thing to do. This is the right thing to do. It needed to be done. But now it's done, we're free to sort of go a little bit, not go in whatever direction we feel it's good. And we have some resources to do that. And I think this is, this freedom is well earned, and we should use it as best as we can. And Jam is part of that freedom. Jam is no longer trying to deliver on a prospectus that was published nearly 10 years ago, but rather it's saying, well, we understand this technology, we understand this, to some extent, this market, or at least the developers within the market a bit better. And this is where we think there's a good sweet spot. Let's sort of deliver it less in a sort of as fast as possible, as sure as possible, but in a more of a, in a way that we believe will be long-term sustainable, that will decentralize and distribute knowledge around the world, across territories, across organizations, beyond organization boundaries. So it's a very different premise to Polkadot. Very different. I look at Polkadot as essentially a sort of something that was very much tied to a prospectus, tied to a vision paper. And I look at Jam as something that is a free, almost sort of green field. Here is some construction material, here is some know-how, build what you think is going to be the best thing that it can be. And I think this is a very nice, a nice prospect to have as a developer, an engineer.
Yeah, well-earned freedom, as you said, I think, after everything that has been built. Yeah.
Yeah, I maybe can join to what Gav said. It's more like, as you said it earlier, with like SML and Frame, it was like opinionated, and that was what the Persian product is that it's like opinionated on that if you want to use like or write a decentralized application, that you should write a Persian or a contract or whatever. But if you also look in the grand scheme, it like when you come into the space, it's like I think it's quite different to like how you write normal software, and that probably pushes a lot of people away. So like you need to be kind of crazy to understand all the stuff and write like you cannot do like all these no loops and like no unbounded code, all these stuff you need to take care of. Take care of your resources, don't spend too much resources and all this stuff, which is like we prove that it works, but it's not it's complicated for other people, and like people who just want to tinker around, like what you would call maybe script kiddies or whatever, people that just want to do stuff. And I think that's with Jam something we can achieve by you can just run anything, has already been proven with Doom and like other things. So I think that's a nice future. Bring in the normal people or like whatever to make everybody able to like run your stuff on these decentralized computer, and not like force yourself to, you need to write a blockchain or you need to write a contract. You can just do something.
if I can actually insert my answer to this question here, I think both with the things that have been built, even within like Polkadot with like the parachain rollup model, but even more so with Jam, I think what we are doing, I mean, I don't know how to phrase it. Some of it is Polkadot's work, some of it is your vision, some of it is Parity's work. But I wouldn't use the word believe because it implies like as if there's some blind thing, but I can really see that we are trying to broaden the horizon, like try things that haven't been tried before. And if this is the scope of Web3, crypto, blockchain, whatever you want to call it, that we know of, not only compete within it, but try to like go beyond it and see what else is possible. And this is really like my main motivation to look forward to the future.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like taking all of those old values about, what was to become Web3 and, the earlier internet, people being able to put things on the internet and be free to do so. And now we realize that, there's better ways to do this where you really can't stop it because that is becoming more and more important in today's world. So for me, like, I've always hung on to that. Like, that is like one of the main things, especially like, coming from like the hacker scene and stuff, people want to be able to do things and not be, like whack-a-mole for like, Pirate Bay or like BitTorrent and stuff like this. You want to be able to use systems like this to disseminate information or, anything that you really want to stick. Unlike the traditional web, and like taking all of those ideas or ideals and then applying them to what we're doing, which is bleeding edge distributed decentralized systems, which is awesome. As a technical person, it's just super fun, but it's also like that sense of doing something completely brand new, and the excitement that brings because you don't know what's going to happen with it, but like that's the fun of it, right? And that's great both from a technical perspective and also from a social perspective.
It's going to the unknown unknowns.
Yeah.
And discovering them. All right. I think this is a good topic to end it.